the basic story of the roots is that, right out of high school, we started busking on street corners, like around 91, 92.
You're playing like buckets, right?
So literally the fastest version of this like 9-hour story is, my dad wanted me to go to either Curtis Institute. If you've seen, she just got nominated for Best Actress, Cate Blanchett in Tar.
Oh, Tar, yeah.
So the institute that built that woman, that's what my dad wanted for me. Good choice. Yeah, Curtis Institute is one like the most hardest, difficult musical.
Can I jump in 1 second and just say this is interesting to me because your dad famously is part of this doo-wop band.
Yeah, my dad was like a Philadelphia doo-wop legend back in the 50s.
Lee Anders and the Hearts,
right.
and killer doo-wop band. And it's interesting to me that your dad is pushing you towards this classical thing when he's from doo-wop.
Okay, here's the thing about black people. Especially with traumatized black people, we will always, because we're in a constant fight or flight situation, we're always going to choose safety first.
Right.
So in his mind, it was like, if you join sort of like an institution that's like classical music, we're also big on like respectable politics, like wear a suit and tie, that sort of thing. Then you'll get a good job. So in his mind, like, hey, you one day you too can make maybe $250,000 and that sort of thing. And in my mind, I'm like, well, wait a minute. I want to be the guy that owns the stadium that acts playing. Like, why are you dreaming so small for me and not for myself? So that's a whole nother story.
I get that though. They worry about us. They do.
Yeah, and dude, I grew up in the crack 80s where literally every 3 seconds someone's dying. So it's also a Russian roulette game that my future was written. So that said, he wanted me to go to either Juilliard or Curtis. And so I trained as such. For the first 6 years of my life, I went to one performing arts school, and then they took me out during like middle school to early high school to go to this like this college prep thing that would have instantly made me like Harvard material. See, we could have been friends there or whatever. So
I didn't have friends there.
And that's the episode.
We're all laughing.
Well.
We're all laughing at you.
Look, wherever Charlie Brown goes, he's still fucking Charlie Brown. But anyway, yeah.
Anyway, so I saw this as an because I didn't want to go to the college prep school.
Right.
Even though I've been playing professionally with my father since I was a kid. My first gig was at Radio City Music Hall, like at the age of 12.
And I know this story because his drummer like hurt his arm.
Motorcycle accident.
Yeah, and your dad said, "Hey, kid, get up there."
The show, right?
Yeah, and you were like, "All right," and it's Radio City Music Hall,
right?
Which is incredible.
Well, I knew the show I wasn't nervous at all, but the sort of anecdote to that is that the second I got off stage, I wasn't and I'm band leading like adults, and I'm 12 years old,
right?
And I'm band leading, but I could play like adult since I was 5. I get off stage and I walk backstage, and this black woman says, "Oh my God, young man, that was awesome. That was great." And I was like, "Oh God." I said, "You're Susan from Sesame Street." Oh. She's like, "Indeed I am. My husband was playing keyboards." And I was like, and I threw him backstage.
Those Sesame Street people got that a lot.
I would do that now if I saw someone from Sesame Street.
Yeah.
I'd throw up.
Hey, Sona, think of all the amazing things in life that are expressions of just you.
Yeah.
I mean, like the chocolate that you had on your face when you came in because you just ate that. What was it you were eating?
I was eating a giant cookie.
Giant cookie.
Yeah.
And that's so Sona.
Okay.
Or that song you stream over and over again that's just so you. What's that song for you?
Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star.
Yeah.
That is for my boys, not
I know.
me.
Still, it's nice.
Okay.
Or, that podcast, that comedy podcast you just got to listen to.
Yeah, Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend.
Exactly. Is that what you listen to in your spare time?
Yeah.
I love it. Everything that makes you makes all the difference. State Farm believes insurance should work the same way. Your plan, your coverage selections can be personalized by you and only you.
cool.
I shouldn't shout, but this is how strongly I feel about
You
it.
got so aggressive.
The ability to choose the plan you want by picking the options that fit you, like choosing to bundle your home and auto policies, is what the State Farm Personal Price Plan is all about. Getting the coverage you want at an affordable price just for you. Call or go to statefarm.com today to create your State Farm Personal Price Plan. Prices vary by state. Options selected by customers. Availability and eligibility may vary.
I told my parents I want to play with musicians my own age, and I want to go to this school, which to them, to tell your parents you want to go to a public school and that sort of thing after they've done invested in the best education to get you in this institution. It was a Hail Mary throw, but they fell for it. And the plan was that I was going to find that girl for my best friend at our old school so that she could be his date for the junior prom. And
You're a good friend.
I was a great friend.
Yeah.
And so I found out, I still don't know why a high school student would occasionally work in the office. I don't know how that works, but it was her job to hand out school tokens. We would get free bus tokens to get back because we didn't have a school bus system.
Right.
I was standing in line for school tokens, and in front of me was kind of like a Dreamweaver moment, where the prettiest girl in school, another girl, totally unrelated, was talking about music, which instantly my ears were pricked, and she made a wrong Prince reference. And I'm the human version of hashtag, well, actually.
Oh, no.
You remember on the Smurfs when Brainy would say, well, actually, and then seconds later they toss him in the trash can.
Yes.
I was that guy. I was like, well, actually, that was a B-side, a Japanese import B-side, which is longer than the album version.
You're Linus.
Right. And so, the four girls just looked at me like, no one asked you.
Yeah.
And I was just trying my hardest to impress them with anything. That probably maybe 2 months later, I interjected myself again in a conversation I shouldn't have, and I said, well, no, it was that song because we sampled that last night. And they were like, sample where? I was at the studio. And it's like, who? I said, me and my group. Who's in your group? And literally, the way that Tariq and I met, it's somewhere between A Tale of Two Cities and...
Yeah. Can I just say something? This is a common sitcom plot.
Yeah.
This is a sitcom plot of, I got to impress the girl, you're chatting, you get in over your head, you
Right.
say, my group, your group, yeah. We're in the studio, we want to see you play, sure, next week. And then you run down the hall, we got to form a band.
That is literally...
Oh, my God.
That is literally...
Yes.
how I'm in this chair right now. So
God.
now the thing was, Tariq really had an insane gift for talking off the top of his head.
Uh-huh.
So I knew that he had a gift for doing that, and he just happened to walk by, and I was like, oh, with him. So then I went to the next 2 periods of class, in orchestra, and somewhere in orchestra class, I thought about it. I said, nah, I gotta warn him. So I'm in the basement. Put Flight of the Bumblebee in here, and the lunchroom is on the 8th floor. Uh-huh. I'm in the basement, so literally, oh, sorry, lady, excuse me,
Watch it there. We're 2 guys carrying a plate of glass,
right,
A giant wedding cake.
and you missed it, and then someone else walked through it.
and I ran to the cafeteria, and I was like, yeah, if anyone asks. We're a group. And he was literally cool. Okay. And that is how the Roots were born.
That's fantastic.